Throughout the story of mankind, organizations that have influenced history have been notable, as is the case of the United Nations. It was created on October 24, 1945, as the successor to the failed Language of Nations that has created in 1919. The United Nations has created as the agreement of the allied countries with the purpose of maintaining the peace and the security of member states.
Hello everyone, I am Evan Hernandez, one of the interviewers, and here is my partner Alondra Vargas. Here we are with Juan José Ortega, delegate of the UNICEF program of the UN, Luisa del Villar, UN Economic and Social Council coordinator, and Derek Gomez Alvarado, the director of UN. We are here with one expert that is going to talk to us about the problem that is living with the money that is handled with the countries and about how the problem of the control of the UN in the high command of this is being handled. So my first question is, how is the contribution of a member state to the budget of the United Nations determined?
Well, that's a good question. The first thing is the Great General Assembly determines the corresponding total amount to finance the approved budget and thus distribute it among the member states to cover the expense of the organization.
So, Coordinator De Villa, isn't the a moral conflict? Because, how do you decide what cause is more important than the other ones?
Well, that is actually a hard question. Sometimes there is a moment in life you need to choose between two things that both are very tough. It should depend on the numbers. You need to leave aside your morality, the feeling of the society, and think rationally. Look at the graphics and you will know in fact what decision is the best. In other words, this way of thinking can be called realism, because it's not about what society likes, it's about what it needs.
What happened with the debt of $3.5 million per country?
What happened to the $3.5 million per country is that at mid-November, over half of the 190 countries that make up the UN had not fulfilled their quota in the time to be able to meet the countries in need in time or in case it is needed. In an emergency like what is happening in the Amazon, this way we can act in a fast and effective way to control a threat like this.
Do you have any proposals to solve a deficiency detected in the internal organization of the UN?
The way in which country we can improve the efficiency of the UN organization is by taking into account all the opinions they give us to solve any problem that comes before us, doing it in an efficient and fast way to give a safe answer where not leave no one affected and everyone has a benefit from what we do in the affected place. Also, in this way, they take all fair and equitable choices.